8th grade science, quarter 1 interim 2015. The picture shows one part of the periodic table of elements. According to this information, how many protons does a carbon atom contain? A, 0.0111, B, 6, C, 12.0111, D, 18. Question 2. Which statement best describes the structure of an atom? A, an atom consists of a neutral center surrounded by a cloud of positive particles. B, an atom consists of a positive center surrounded by a cloud of negative particles. C, an atom consists of a negative center surrounded by a cloud of negative particles. D, an atom consists of a positive center surrounded by a cloud of neutral particles. Question 3. Is air matter? Why or why not? A, yes, because air is not alive. B, yes, because air is made up of atoms. C, no, because air cannot be seen. D, no, because air does not take up space. Question 4. Which of the following is not an example of matter? A, water. B, sunlight. C, air. D, wood. Question 5. Which element has the heaviest atom? A, nitrogen. B, plutonium. C, hydrogen. D, hafnium. Question 6. Which of the following diagrams correctly represents an atom of helium? Notice that the darker color in the middle are the protons. A, B, C, or D. Question 7. A student tests an unknown substance for the following properties and finds the results listed in the table below. Given this information, which of the following would be the most reasonable conclusion for students to reach? A, the substance is a metallic solid. B, the substance is a non-metallic solid. C, the substance is a gas. D, the substance is a liquid. Question 8. According to the periodic table, which of the following elements is the least reactive? A, nitrogen. B, sodium. C, carbon. D, argon. Question 9. Which of the following is a major characteristic of the halogen family? A, elements with 7 electrons in their outer level and high reactivity. B, elements with 8 electrons in their outer level and low reactivity. C, elements with 9 electrons in their outer level and no reactivity. D, elements with 11 electrons in their outer level and varying reactivity. Question 10. Which of the following is a property of a nonmetal? A, it has a hard and shiny surface. B, it can be bent into different shapes. C, it is a poor conductor of electricity. D, it is a good conductor of heat. Question 11. Under which heading in the table of contents would information about elements with a full valence shell of electrons be found? A, alkali metals. B, halogens. C, noble gases. D, isotopes. Question 12. A student observing an unknown substance recording her results in the following table. Which conclusion should the student draw about this substance? A, the substance is a metal. B, the substance is a nonmetal. C, the substance is a noble gas. D, the substance is a compound. Question 13. Which of the following best represents the particles of a compound? A, B, C, or D? 14. The simplest chemical substance that cannot be broken down into other substances is called A, a compound, B, an element, C, a molecule, D, a chemical formula. Question 15. Which of the following is not an element? A, oxygen, B, carbon, C, hydrogen, D, water. Question 16. What do water, rust, and salt have in common? A, they are all atoms. B, they are all mixtures. C, they are all elements. D, they are all compounds. Question 17. What do the symbols of the bigger gray circle and small black circle represent in this model of a water molecule? A, molecules, B, cells, C, chemical bonds, D, atoms. Question 18. Based on the information presented, crude oil is classified as an element, B, an atom, C, a compound, D, a mixture. Question 19. The particles in a blank cannot move around to different spots. A, gas, B, solid, C, liquid, D, both A and C are true. Question 20. How do the particles of a liquid compare to the particles in a gas? E, particles move faster and farther apart in a liquid than in a gas. B, particles move slower and farther apart in a liquid than in a gas. C, particles move slower and farther apart in a liquid than in a gas. D, particles move slower and farther apart in a liquid than in a gas. 21. Condensation happens when a gas changes to a liquid. Which of these is an example of condensation? A, water vapor turning to rain. B, water vapor turning to snow. C, a pond melting in the spring. D, a pond freezing in the winter. Question 22. Which of these best explains why a baseball maintains its shape? A, its melting point is close to room temperature. B, its particles are packed tightly with little movement. C, gases have loosely packed particles. D, solids can never change shape. Question 23. What is the best title for the diagram pictured to the side? A, temperature and volume. B, states of matter. C, density and temperature. D, freezing, melting, and boiling. Question 24. Based on the behavior of matter, which of these would take the shape of the container it was placed in? A, amorphous solid. B, crystalline solid. C, a liquid. D, a single hydrogen atom. Question 25. Jada was doing an experiment to determine the ideal amount of water for sunflowers. She spilled 100 sunflowers into 10 groups and gave the flowers in each group a different amount of water every day for 2 weeks. She measured how much the sunflowers grew over the course of the experiment. In this experiment, her independent variable was A. The sunflower's growth, B. The number of sunflowers used altogether, C. The amount of water given to each plant, D. The type of plant used. Question 26. A scientist wanted to know if drinking coffee makes people run faster. He had 100 people drink coffee and then run a mile. The average time to complete the mile was 6 minutes and 50 seconds. This seemed like a pretty fast time to him, so the scientist concluded that drinking coffee makes people run faster. The scientist could improve this experiment by A. Having the people come back another day and run a mile without drinking coffee, then compare their times with and without coffee. B. Having 4 people in the experiment instead of 100. C. Having half of the people who drank the coffee wear sneakers and the other half of the people who drank coffee run barefoot, then compare their times. D. None of the above would improve the experiment. Question 27. Miss Zellman wants to test whether wearing Nikes makes you run faster. One morning at 11 a.m., she had 10 people run a mile as fast as they can wearing Nikes. The next day at 11 a.m., she has them run a mile as fast as they can wearing their regular sneakers. She recorded their time in a chart. What should Miss Zellman do next in her experiment? A. Create a detailed procedure. B. Choose a new hypothesis and redo the experiment. C. Rewrite her purpose statement. D. Graph her data to better draw conclusions. Question 28. A hypothesis can be best described as A. A scientific question that you want to know the answer to. B. A well-reasoned guess at the answer to a specific question. C. A statement of fact based on the results of multiple experiments. D. An inference drawn from data collected in an experiment. Question 29. A scientist wants to know if eating a very sugary diet increases your chances of developing cancer. To test this, the scientist gets 2 identical twin rabbits. The scientist has one rabbit eat a diet consisting entirely of vegetables. The scientist has the other rabbit eat a diet consisting entirely of candy. He has both rabbits exercise for 30 minutes a day and sleep in the same cage and drink the same water. The scientist watched to see if either rabbit develops cancer. The scientist could improve this experiment by A. Only having the rabbit that eats vegetables exercise. B. Using more than 2 rabbits. C. Having both rabbits eat candy. D. Using rabbits that are not identical. Question 30. A doctor wanted to know why people get sick more often in the winter than in the summer. He hypothesized that it was because they don't spend time enough outside breathing fresh air in the winter. To test this, he got 100 12-year-old students that all lived in the same city. He made 50 of the students spend 15 minutes or less outside each day. He made the other 50 students spend at least 1 hour outside each day. He continued this for 2 months. He counted the number of times each student had gotten sick. The independent variable in this study is A. The amount of time the student spends outside. B. The number of times each student got sick. C. The city in which the students live. D. The amount of time the experiment went on for.